Hi guys, welcome to the Very Serious Business Podcast. My name is Anand. Here with me, I have Michelle, who is the founder of treecatio, which is, amongst other things, a cross-listing platform. So say hello, Michelle. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, it's so nice to be here. Nice to join
Yeah.
your show.
Um. So can you just kind of tell us about Treecat? Kind of explain it to the audience. What does treecatio do?
Sure.
Yeah, just give us like a breakdown if you don't mind.
Okay, so treecat.io is a cross-listing service for people who sell online. I created it because of a problem that I had. I was an online seller and I wanted to scale my business. And so I started cross-listing onto other sites. I started on eBay. I wanted to try some other sites as well, and as a way to scale my business. And I noticed that it was causing me to have double sales because I couldn't take down my sold listings. So when one item sold, I couldn't take down the other two in time sometimes, because sometimes people buy things in the middle of the night. Shocking, right?
Yeah, sure.
And so I created it so that we could automate some of these tasks for resellers so that they're contributing to the platform integrity and the awesome buyer experience. They don't have to cancel sales because they double and all that stuff. So I tried different things. And I even tried using virtual assistants. There's other, cross-listing products out there. We're not the one that pioneered it. We just wanted to build a better mousetrap. I got frustrated with those platforms because they didn't take it down in time. And I tried using virtual assistants, and it was really costly. And I had to give them my passwords and stuff like that, which was probably not a good idea. So, so one day I just decided I'm going to make this happen. I read that book. We talked about, it was The Millionaire Highway or something like that, MJ DeMarco.
The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ
Fastlane.
DeMarco.
Yeah. I read that book and it really inspired me to create my own business in the SaaS space.
Okay, just what were some initial problems like you encountered when you first started the business?
Well, when you have a software business, it's really different than being a regular entrepreneur. So for people that are like, for example, personal trainers or real estate agents, it's really easy for them to get to know their client, right? You have access to your client all the time. You can ask them questions like, what kind of problems can I solve for you? How can I help you? But when you have a software product, you might never meet your client. You might never interface with your client. And so that's something that's different for me, right? Like I would love to just like ask my clients, how can I be better serving you? How can I better help you? But I only get to talk with them when they're having, challenges or technical issues or stuff like that. And so that's been something that's been kind of a challenge.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, because you're right.
Yeah.
Software, the only time you really talk to the client with software is if something goes wrong. You don't really have like that day to day. What did you like about this? Portion. What do you like about this?
Yeah, you don't know. And so I'm trying to make sure that I'm there for some of the customer calls. But part of being there on the customer calls is that I have to hear about all the bugs. And I don't like hearing about the bugs. I don't like all the bug minutia, right? I like doing all the other stuff.
Yeah. Me too though. I don't like the minutia either. But okay, what do you guys do specifically that's better? Like I know you were mentioning a couple of things, but why don't you explain like what is better about Treecat versus something like processing?
Well, we do things a little bit differently. We have a totally different pricing scheme. So instead of charging people a monthly fee, we charge them only when they sell, once they've cross-listed their items, and then one item sells and we take it down. So it's that takedown that we charge for. So because reselling and selling online is a sort of a cyclical and seasonal business, some people struggle with having to pay like a $75 monthly fee. And so ours is a little bit of a different, and we actually trademarked the PAYS, pay as you sell. So I'm trademarking that as a kind of a new way of rethinking SaaS, software as a service. And then we also have everything all inclusive. So not just the cross listing and the takedown of the items that sold, but we include a bunch of algorithm hacks. And some of the things you want to do as a reseller is you want to get your items up to the top of search. And we do that by including free Poshmark sharing and free delist, relist. And they're just both algorithm hacks that get your listings to the top of search so they can get more eyeballs. When you get more eyeballs, you get more likes. When you get more likes, you can make offers, and then you can, close the deal.
So is delist relist just as simple as it sounds? I know they do that
Yes.
in real estate. They'll just kind of take down a listing
Yeah.
and make it new again,
Mhm.
and that helps with like get them to the
Yeah.
top of the search.
Exactly. Yeah.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
and the other thing that we do that I don't think anybody else is doing is we have guest accounts. So if you are using
Yeah.
a virtual assistant, they can help you without you having to give them your passwords on eBay, your passwords, and using them on all the selling platforms. So it's kind of a safety and security feature,
Yeah.
which is really helpful for some bigger sellers.
Yeah. And as far as I know, you guys are the only one that even has that guest account feature, correct?
Correct.
As of right now, yeah, which is huge,
Yeah.
obviously, if you have like VAs and stuff.
Yes. And I used to hire VAs. Yeah,
Okay,
there
yeah.
was a time when I actually had two people that were helping me with the photography, and then I had two virtual assistants. That's when I was kind of at my peak. And the money that I've been able to save, and the time and the stress just by automating a lot of the stuff has really been super life changing.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Um,
me.
well, yeah, yeah, and hopefully, of everyone that's using Treecat so far. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, okay. I don't know. Can you just kind of tell us more about this? I know you explained it, but tell us more about this. Like your pricing model, how it's not a subscription, because I'm guessing that's significant. Like you guys are the only ones that you pay. What'd you say? Pay as you go or whatever you said,
Pay
right?
as
You
you
guys are the
sell.
only one. Yeah, pay as
Pay
you
as you
sell.
sell. So we offer a promo code. So if you go to treecat.io/affiliates, you'll see a bunch of our affiliates who are kind of like
Yeah,
our power users, and they give you a promo code. And when you sign up for Treecat, you put in that promo code, and then you get 20% off. And so the way the pricing works is when you have a promo code, your first 1 to 30 sales per month get billed at 50 cents per takedown, right? And it's the takedown of, like, if it sells on one, we take it down on the other two.
yeah,
So
sure.
that's the pricing. If you do not choose to use a promo code, then it's 60 cents every time we do the sales detection and auto delist is what we call that
Yeah.
process.
But it's always
And
going to be a flat fee. Oh, sorry. It's not a percentage. It's always just a flat
it's a flat fee.
fee.
And as
Okay.
you sell more, so let's say you sell like 30 to 100 sales per month, it goes down to 35 cents per takedown.
Yeah.
And then if you
Yeah.
sell over like 140 per month, it's a penny. So we try to incentivize people, and give them a break when they're selling more. So the more you sell, the less you pay, which is
Yeah.
different, right? It's very different.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna again, I don't know, but I'm asking, are a lot of the other platforms almost the opposite where they end up charging you more? You end up paying
Hmm.
more
Yes.
the more you sell basically with the other
Yeah,
platforms?
and also will charge you for, all the different, things. Like if you wanted to do the sales detection and auto delist, that's a premium service, right? Ours
Okay.
is not a premium service. Ours is all inclusive. But for other platforms, if they want to do some of these other features like the Poshmark sharing, there's even actually some Poshmark sharing bots out there that are like $25 a month, right? So,
Oh, okay. Oh, that's okay.
you can buy it like a separate software or a separate Chrome extension just for your Poshmark sharing. So that's included in ours. And so
Yeah.
we're trying not to nickel and dime you because I'm a seller, right? And so
Yeah.
I developed this with features that were solving my problems as a seller.
Yeah. Um yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, you actually did sell, right? Like
Hmm. I
you
still
did a lot of
do.
selling across multiple platforms. So like you're an actual
Yeah.
user that turned this into an idea,
I
right?
am the first Treecat user,
Yeah,
and
that's what I
I'm
mean. That's what I mean.
I'm the tester as well. I'm the product tester as well,
Yeah.
and I fight for the features that I want.
Yeah.
Right.
Um, but yeah, that is really cool. Your guys' model that you only pay when like you actually use the service. I mean, I'm
Hmm.
guessing that's like huge for people who are just starting off that can't
Yes.
afford X amount of money a month. It's
Right.
literally, I mean, it's basically free. It's free until you actually use it.
It's free until you sell
But
something, so you
your
can actually.
platform helps automate cross-listing for resellers.
Hmm.
Can you break down, or you said you make it a lot easier than other platforms out there. Can you break down exactly how like it's easier for the user, or is it just like a bunch of back end stuff you can't really put into words? You know, like why is it easier for the
Well,
user?
I mean, it would take me hours to manually go into Poshmark and share my listings. You have to go into these, like you have to go on your phone and you have to go into Poshmark every night and you have to click share, 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 share. So it was quite time consuming. And it was right at 7 p.m., right? Like when you want to just be done with the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
with the delist relist, you can do that manually, but like I said, it takes you a lot of time. And the same with cross listing. It used to take me a lot of time to manually cross list stuff, or it would be very expensive to farm it out to a virtual assistant. So
yeah.
those are the ways that it's really saved me time and saved me stress as well, just by not having to worry. Oh my gosh, I'm in a parent teacher conference. I have to like take my item down because it just sold. I mean, sometimes you're in situations where you can't do that, and it's rude to be on your phone, and it's rude to
Yeah.
be working. And I just didn't want to be working all the time. I didn't want to be on my phone all the time.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, I mean, don't
Yeah.
be humble, but are you guys just like, are you guys by far just the best cross listing service? Like, is there anybody that like
I like it.
you consider you know?
One of the things that we need to do, we're very new. There's a roadmap that we have. We want to get more platforms. Like, so if you look at some of the other cross listers, they may have more selling platforms than we have. And that's one of
Yeah,
the areas
same.
that we want to really work on in 2025 in our roadmap. And Depop is one of the ones we're looking at, Shopify, Etsy, whatnot. Like there's a bunch of other, platforms that we want to bring on. So we're
Would you
excited
say
about
that
that.
right now, though? Would you say right now you kind of have that 2080 rule? That would you say right now you kind of have like all the main platforms, or are there still a few like big
There's
ones
still a
you guys
ton
haven't?
out there. And
Oh,
there's
okay,
new ones every day. It's crazy.
okay.
There's because what I think what's happening is people are starting to get more focused on a niche. And so there's new ones coming out, like for people
Oh,
selling
okay.
Lego, just for people
That makes
selling
sense.
sports
Yeah, yeah,
cards, just for people selling sneakers. And so there's a lot of
yeah,
what we call verticals that we want to maybe
yeah.
look into too.
There were some
Yes.
a couple other pretty good questions. One of them we're recording now. So one of them was how do you balance like your passion for this and like the practicality of business? You know, yeah. How do you not? Yeah, how do you balance those two?
It's tough. It's really tough, right? Trying to balance. You mean like just having a
Just
weekend
like
and having a personal life?
yeah.
Well, I mean, it is challenging. Everything takes so much longer than you think it's going to take, software development wise, and it's more expensive than you think it's going to be. And there's a lot more problems than you think it's going to be. So that's all been like you're always constantly solving problems. Like it's just one problem to solve after another. And in some ways, that's really fun and stimulating. And in some ways, it's really tiring.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What are the what? Okay, what's the biggest like personal lesson that you've learned? So not like how to make the business better, but like what are some
Well,
personal lessons like you've learned doing this thing?
I would say that I think it's really important to love your customer, to really like your customer. Like with my reselling, I love that customer. And so it's not necessarily the thing that I sell, but it's the customer that I sell to. That's what gets me out of bed in the morning. And I know that sounds weird, but it's just something that I've come to terms with, right? Instead of trying to find the perfect thing to sell, I like to find the perfect person to sell to. And with my customers at Treecat, I really resonate with all of them because I am them in a lot of ways, right? I
Yeah,
understand them, and there's nothing more gratifying than seeing that you have an impact on somebody's life and someone's business. I mean,
yeah,
that's what's getting me up in the morning is to know that I have a way bigger impact doing Treecat than I did just reselling. And
yeah.
so that's what's motivating me. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know my customers more and engaging with them more. And so that's my next big, challenge to tackle.
But yeah, thanks for listening to this. Thanks for being with me too, like having to
Sure.
figure out the library situation and everything.
Yeah, thanks for your time and make sure to check out treecat.io.